you should understand what time frame suits you the most. I use tradingview.com for my technical analysis. So we can see here there are many time frames that available, like even in seconds also. Now we need to understand which time frame suits you the most. So we look at each and every time frame. 1 minute time frame is nothing but people who has time to look at charts on every minute. That is nothing but micro trading. If you have time to look at the chart on every minute, then you go for it. And 5 minutes time frame is designed for people who has time to look at the chart on every 5 minutes. This is also we call generally micro trading. And 15 minutes, again, people who has time to look at on every 15 minutes, then you can go for it. Nothing but intraday trading. Again, hourly time frame, people who has time to look at the chart on every hour for 2 minutes, then you can call it as short term or intraday trading. So you can go for this. The most suitable time frame for people who are working and also who are doing their business without getting disturbance for their job or business. We can easily analyze the chart and we can easily invest in stock market. Even I use this time frame. And 4 hours time frame, we don't need to look at 4 hours time frame in stocks, but when it comes to commodities like gold, silver, crude oil, because these commodities trade almost 24 hours, but when it comes to stocks, the trading ends within 6 hours. Again, some people may not be having time to look at the chart even hourly, then they can definitely go for daily time frame as the trading time frame. They can look at the chart just once in a day for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And people who are very much busy, they don't have even time to look at daily ones, then they can look at just once in weekly, then they can choose for weekly time frame. So most of the long-term traders they look at these two time frames, monthly and weekly. And most of the short-term traders they look at daily, hourly, and weekly. Now decide which time frame suits you for trading. For me, I can look at an invested stocks once in every 1 hour for 2 minutes. My suitable time frame is hourly time frame. Then I should also know the higher time frame for that. So the higher time frame for that in stocks is daily time frame. So I also look at daily time frame and sometimes even weekly time frame to analyze how that stock is trending. That's only we call it as multi time frame analysis, which is very much required to understand what is the current trend happening on highly time frame. The time frame that suits for us, we call it as trading time frame, and the time frame that we analyze and we decide and we take some support from other time frame we call it as higher time frame. Whenever you choose any time frame, you should also look at its higher time frame. So multi time frame is very much important in trading or investment. So for example, if you are trading intraday, that intraday time frame generally we call it as 15 minutes time frame. Then you need to analyze the hourly time frame to decide whether you need to go for intraday trading. And this is the one which suits for me. I trade using hourly time frame and I use daily time frame and sometimes even weekly time frame to understand how the trend is going on higher time frames. The support of higher time frames always gets us better opportunities and also better results. And if you're long-term trader, then you can use daily time frame for trading and then weekly and monthly time frames for analysis. And for long-term investments, like there is no duration also. For example, people who just hold it and then keep it for longer time period, then they can just look at monthly time frame or weekly time frame. Most of the people look at monthly time frame. Coming to fundamentals, is fundamental really required for all these type of tradings, especially intraday? Not at all required. If it comes to short term trading which ends within 2 weeks, whether you wanted to look at fundamentals or not, that's your option. Again, coming to long term trading, it is better to look at because we are going to hold it for 3 to 4 weeks or sometimes even 1 to 2 months also. So it is better to look at. And when it comes to long term investments, then definitely it is mandatory to look at fundamentals. Without analyzing the fundamental analysis, please don't invest in long term.